Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? Everybody, what's good? It's the morning chat. Y'all already know who it is, where it is. Yeah, I'm here. And Stack Guy J here. This morning we got the morning chat on deck, and so we getting ready to get started. We're gonna dive right into the chat this morning. We're not gonna prolong the time at all. You know that's not what we're gonna do this morning. That's exactly not what we're gonna do this morning. But we're going to really get into the morning chat this morning. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. It is on wonderful Monday morning. It is Monday all day, if you did not know. But it's we're gonna make it a good day. Like, that's just what we're gonna do this morning. So it's Monday, the morning chat. Do me a favor, get somebody in the room. Let's talk about it. I got a good hashtag, I got a good chat for you this morning. And we're gonna be out our way. I promise you, I'm not gonna keep you long. I know I keep telling y'all that's that Baptist preacher mentality. I can't help that. And I'm not even Baptist. That's just what it is. I'm not going to keep y'all long at all this morning, but I promise you it's going to be a chat definitely worth hearing on this morning. So again, good morning to everybody. Y'all already know the rules of engagement. If you don't know, you're going to find out real soon. So if I say good morning, all I need you to do is say it back. If I say good morning, Sarah, what you say, all I need you to do is say it back. So yeah, like, come on in the room. Just shoot a good morning, drop a good morning, and the people that's watching with you, let them know that you watching. Like, just let them know. You could be a spectator, because regardless even if you being a spectator, you still support. So you cannot say good morning and be in here watching anyway, and it's still gonna be all the same. So let's make it happen this morning. Rev, what you say this morning, man? Say, bro, I don't know what kind of vibe you was on the other day, but you had me. Bots, what you say, man? Karen, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We're going to dive into it real quick. So y'all already know it's not going to be long. Again, I told you, and I already know. Y'all know how I go. Y'all have exactly 1 minute to share with some people. What you say? Cuzzo, what's good? Gino, what's up with y'all this morning? Good. You got 52 seconds to share it. Like it, do what you're going to do with it, and we're going to jump right into the chat this morning. You know, the second hashtag tells you exactly what the chat is going to be about this morning, and it's going to be something real simple. And it's a question again. I'm really on this kick because it's the Thanksgiving season, it's the grateful season, and you know you're supposed to be grateful in some things or whatever. Not necessarily saying that you are, but you know. So you got 25 seconds, share it, throw some people in the room, tag some people, let them know to come join us in the chat this morning. It's just something to do, and I want y'all to talk back to me in the comments. Like, y'all, I don't want this to be one-sided. That's just not my heart. Like, I want to see what you got to say about some of this stuff that we got going on. I don't want to just be the one that's always throwing something out there, you know? What you say, Lonnie? Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. So good. It's 3 down to the 3, you know, and we about to do this. Morning chat this morning. Second hashtag tell y'all exactly what we're going to be talking about this morning. And I have a question for you. Yes, I do. I have a question for you. Is it just me, or does anybody else feel like they've been in a lost place? Like, have you just felt lost for a minute? Like, and it could be just me, but have you ever just been lost? Like, you actually like just wake up one day and look around and be like, where am I? You know, like, it's just something to think about. Like, right? So let's dive into this chat. This whole I'm lost situation. There's some times that you're going to be doing the great things in your life, and you're trying to ascertain to your greatness. You're trying to meet your full potential, but there's always a moment that you're going to get to where you are just that. You are completely lost. You don't know exactly what's happening, where you are, what's going on, and how things are going to actually turn out for you. So the thing about being lost is that it's not a bad place to necessarily be in if you're getting ready to stop to find out where you are. The problem is that a lot of people are just getting to this lost place, and they get stuck in the lost place because they don't want to move forward. It's too easy or too hard. It's too easy to stay where you are, but it's too difficult to move to the next place. And this thing, you just are in there trying to throw your hands up and be like, what's going on? And for some reason, I'm hearing this more and more a lot, that a lot of people are trying to find out what is this weird space that I've been in. And this weird space it's kind of crazy, right? Where I feel like I should be further along. I know I'm not where I used to be, but I feel like I've not gained the ground that I wanted to be in. And I'm in this real weird space. And this is the moment when you in that lost moment that you have to create what's not necessarily there. And this is where I gotta come to you. Like, I have to really, really give this one to you. And I tell you, this is gonna be real, real good for those who are in that season, feeling like you don't know exactly what's your next move or where you are. In this lost space, like this lost space again, it's a period of where you just stop and you kind of take analytics of what's going on around you, where you are, how much space you have actually made versus how much that you feel that you should have made versus how much you've actually done. And in this particular space, when you don't necessarily know where you are, the first thing that you want to do in this space is stop and identify. And the thing with this identifying piece is I have to let myself know a whole bunch about my environment in order for me to move to my next spot. What am I identifying? Number one, I have to re-identify with who I am. And that's what a lot of people, you're stuck in this place because you honest to God don't know where you are or who you are anymore. You've lost your place or you've lost yourself in the last battle, and you kind of got to remind yourself of what I have to offer the world. And it's not a bad thing. So sometimes you got to stop and identify. Again, this identify piece got a couple of different strands on it. I have to identify with who I am. Once you identify with who I am, the next place that you want to identify, what you say, Penny? The next thing you want to identify is where I am. So the thing is that, okay, so I know who I am. Where am I in this point in life? So a lot of people don't do this like they used to tell us do it when we were in school, but you got to write out this plan for your life in something tangible that you could see. And when you can write this plan out in something tangible that you could see, you will be able to go back and plot your point on the map. The reason that we don't get lost as much back in the gap is not because we had a lack of technology. It's that we knew how to read a map. And with this map, with this physical map, we can have a pencil and we can plot out exactly where we are versus where we were trying to go. And in the same, like again, once you've identified who you are, you have to identify the place that you're in, because sometimes the place that you're in is a place of reconditioning. Sometimes the place that you're in is a place of restructuring. Sometimes the place that you're in is a place that you need to be in order to get ready to go into the next place. Because the truth of the matter is you don't want to be in a place called nowhere when you still got miles and miles to go, because there's no gas station around. There's no way that you can refuel. There's no way that you can refresh. There's no way that you can revitalize. So you have to identify the place now where I am. So you got to identify still the number one. You've identified yourself. You've identified where you are. The next place that you need to identify is where I'm going. And this is the hardest part for a lot of people, because right now, if I was to ask the people that say I'm in this lost state where you are right now, and if you can't identify where you are, that means 9 times out of 10, you don't know where you're getting ready to go. And if you don't know where you're getting ready to go, there's no way possible that you're going to understand how to even act when you get there, because 9 times out of 10, you still don't know who you are. And like all this stuff culminates together. So this whole identify piece and trying to find out why I'm lost, that identifying stage is a very strong stage, and you have to be ready to answer some real adult questions in this phase. This is not this, like, again, this whole situation of being lost in this season is not for the weak. This is not your high school conversation. I'm sorry. This is not for people that don't want to have these adult conversations, because truth of the matter is you can play along with the world if you want to, and you're going to find yourself being by yourself, still not knowing who you are and still trying to fool people to believe that you're something that you're not. And it's going to mess your whole life up when you wake up one morning, 40 years done passed by, and you're still where you are. Everybody has excelled, and now you got the stink face, mad face, looking at other people like they're the problem. No. So in this place called lost, 3 things I want you to identify with. Number 1, you got to identify who you are. Number 2, identify, like you got to identify where you are. And then you have to identify where you're going. That's the first place in finding out where you're lost. Like that whole thing. So the identify phase has 3 different components in it. You can't just identify who you are and then you jump out the water big and bad, because I got news for you. If you identify yourself in a fish, you're no good in the desert. Did that make sense? Did that make sense? If you identify as a fish, you wouldn't be good in the desert. Or if you Never mind, because if you don't have gills, you wouldn't be good in the ocean. So if you don't know where you are, you have to reevaluate some things in this life, right? In this lost phase, the next thing after you've identified some stuff, now it's time to execute. You have to execute. Now, after you've identified the top three things that you need to identify, it's time for execution. And with execution always comes the right of procrastination. And the truth of the matter is, let me be honest and transparent. If you do not mind me being transparent, that's one of the things that I suffered bad from, because I never had the unction to keep going because of all the things that I've been through. And because of the things that I've actually gone through, I've seen how people will abuse your greatness, and you trying to go forward is kind of hard because I don't want to end up where I once was again. And it's something that you deal with if you're trying to. The execution part of the plan is always the part where, let me be honest with you, you're going to get your hands dirty. There's no purpose in you trying to execute nothing if you don't want to get no mud on your hands. Like the fisherman doesn't execute. You don't want to catch fish if you don't want to get your hands dirty. So I know people say, well, you got gloves and that kind of stuff. I guarantee you, you're going to have the remnants, if you're a fisherman, that you've been fishing if you really go fishing. That's the truth of the matter. So whatever you put your hands to, whatever your execution is, there's going to be some remnant and some sign on your life that you have been working. And that's the key part of this execution part. The work portion is the hardest portion because a lot of people just think that everything is going to come easy. We're in a very weird dispensation that people think that they're entitled to get certain things in life. I got news for you. We're not entitled to get anything in this life. People don't owe you anything. Let's put that out there again. Y'all know I've said this. There's been a couple of chats, but I've said it. Toretta, good morning. What you say? Listen. People don't owe you anything in this life. And there's a couple of things that you have to be real strong on in this season, adult conversations. And it's something that you got to be ready to do. If you're going to execute, you're going to feel a couple of things from execution. Number one, you're going to feel the blunt force trauma of opinions. You can't worry about what people are going to say because last time I checked, if you're doing something, people are going to talk. If you're not doing something, people are going to talk. If you're working hard, they're going to talk. If you're not working, they're going to talk. People going to have something to say because people just want to talk about something. That's just the truth of the matter. You can't be bogged down by opinions in your execution phase because truth of the matter is everybody's from their perspective have the best way to do everything. I bet y'all didn't know that. That's why everybody always offers advice if I were you, because from my perspective, this is what I would do because I feel from my perspective that this is the best option for you. And truth of the matter is, this is most probably the worst option that I could ever take because I'm not you, because from the way you were reared, from the way that you were brought up around people, from the way that you interact on a day-to-day basis, this may be the only way that you know how to do it. There's multiple ways to get to New Orleans. There's multiple ways to get to places of destination. The thing is that whatever way you felt comfortable to you, that's the way that you're going to always go. And that's just the truth of the matter with it. Everything that is not usual or customary to us is uncomfortable. And people are going to always talk when they're talking from uncomfortable places. That's just what it comes down to. In the execution phase, not only will you fight against opinions, but you will fight against doubt. And the doubt part is something that is all dependent and indicative upon yourself. It has absolutely nothing to do with the surrounding people around you. Your doubt comes in when you begin to question if you have really been called to this particular execution assignment. Have you really been called to be the best baker, photographer, makeup artist? Have you been called to be the best preacher, musician, player? Have I been called to be an actress or an actor or whatever the case is? Whatever you are, whatever you identified yourself to be, doubt will set in your mind when you begin to accept the opinion of other people versus what you've already spoken over yourself. Now. This is why I'm very, very adamant about this self encouragement, self empowerment situation, because as long as you're speaking great things over yourself, your mind will produce what you are speaking. That's why, if you really, really want to be honest, if you want to pull the spiritual side into it, God was a speaking spirit. There's the only thing that God put his hands on and formed with his hands was the actual man, who you are, what your existence is. Everything else, if God is the spirit that dwells on the inside of you, the reason your words have so much power is because the essence of God comes through your speech. And so when you begin to speak over yourself and speak well of yourself, speak well of your thought processes, speak well of your day, speak well of your situations, things begin to get better. Have you ever realized that when you say, I have a headache, your headache begins to get worse when you acknowledge the fact that you have a headache instead of just going grab some medicine? Like, that's just one of the things we do. For some reason, we are always pulled into a place to where we want to talk more negative than we actually want to speak positive. And that's just culture now. And social media culture will have us flocking to negative things before we flock to anything positive. Because the natural being of who you are is looking for something that's going to doubt everything that you were created to be. That's just fact. And so if I can kill the vision of who you are, where you're supposed to be, and I can smother that particular dream, then I've already excelled and I beat you out on it. That's just what it comes down to. So again, when you in your execution phase, again, the first thing you got to fight against is going to be opinions. The second thing you're going to have to fight against is doubt. But the third thing that you have to fight against in the execution phase is your willingness to persevere. Now, this comes from straight up tenacity. This comes from how bad do I want this? Like when I begin, because again, these things all play into each other's hand. Because truth of the matter, if so, again, the opinions and the doubts. If you begin to believe the opinions, you're going to create. Believing negative opinions will create doubt, and if you have doubt in your mind, then you're not going to be able to persevere to the end to see exactly what it's going to be. Even though you may not know the end result, it could be amazing at the end, and you're not going to ever get to the point because you believe the negative opinions of others, you doubt it in your own mind, and therefore I don't have the energy nor the tenacity to finish to see what the end's gonna be. So that's the thing I want you to find out. In this season of being lost, in this season of not knowing where you are, it's a couple of things you have to do. Again, the identifying stages, 3 stages on all these levels. 3 stages in identifying. Identify who you are, identify where you are, and where you're going. I got to do those 3. When it comes down to the execution phase, you have to fight against the opinion of people, fight against the doubt of yourself, and then you just got to fight to get to the end. So the thing is, this is what I need you to do in this particular point of being lost. This is what I need you to do for me. This is what I need you to do for me. I need you to take a step back, take a moment, breathe first. I need you to regain your better thinking processes, because truth of the matter is you cannot move forward when you're cloudy in your judgment, cloudy in your vision, cloudy in your thinking. You cannot persevere when you don't have clear thought process. So sometimes what happens is we begin to focus more on being lost rather than finding a way to get out. And this is the last portion of this particular morning chat, and I'm going to get ready to get out of here. After you've identified, after you've executed, sometimes it causes you to create. What are you creating? Sometimes if you don't know a way out, can't figure a way out, you create a way out. The truth of the matter is you got to be mindful of this particular stage, because this is going to take willpower that you don't even know that you have. And the truth of the matter is, if you've ever seen it, there's this movie. Fast and the Furious had an interesting movie, right? You remember the Fast and the Furious series? Like when they were questioning this supposed police officer to make sure that he cooperated with these guys, they did this real weird thing. They took a rat and put on his stomach, and took a metal bucket and put over the rat. As the rat is on the stomach, the rat is in this place where I don't know where I am and I'm trying to get out. But they put a blowtorch on top of the bucket, and as it begins to heat up, the rat is getting and feeling the heat that's coming from the top, right? The thing is that they knew what was going to happen is if I can't get out the metal sides, I'm going to go and I'm going to begin to dig in the place that's the softest that I can get through. And I will begin to tunnel my way out in order to escape. And sometimes that's what you have to do. When you are stuck in a position to where there's brick and layers all around you, you can't see your way out. You don't know how you're going to get out the situation. You don't know how you're going to pull yourself out. You got to find a place and create an exit. And sometimes the reason that we are stuck so long is because we've gotten to the point to where we don't want to get out. We felt comfortable where we're lost at, and we'll lose ourselves in being lost. And we don't know how. Sometimes you got to take a hammer and knock the wall out yourself. Sometimes you got to create a road that's not there. You got to create a position that nobody wants to give you. You have to be able to open your mind into the possibilities that what is not there can be there if I create the space for it. And that's something that comes with understanding my entire purpose in life. Again, that one supervisor that don't ever want to give you, they don't see the value in your work. They don't ever want to see the value. Sometimes you got to pull yourself away from a job that'll never see your full value and create spaces for your own to where now you're not just working under somebody, you're the CEO. You're the boss. You are making the decisions. And I don't have to worry about somebody seeing my value when I am the value. And that's the biggest thing about it. I'm not like, again, just because people don't value you doesn't mean that you're not valuable. That means simply that they don't see the value in you because they've become so complacent with duplicates that they don't realize, again, that the original has the most value. I never seen that. Honestly, a picture of Mona Lisa that you buy from New York is not the original picture that was painted of Mona Lisa. Even though it looks the same, it's structured the same. It's intended to be an exact copy. There's always an original that comes back, and the original is always the most valuable. That's why it's a limited collection. You have to realize you are a limited collection. You are a limited edition. I don't have anything else that look like me, act like me, walk like me, talk like me. I'm the original me. So no matter how you get your hair done, how you grow your beard, how you wear your glasses, or what you decide you want to do, you'll never be me. I'm the original. I'm the most valuable me that there is. Morning chat, y'all. I'm lost. What do you do in lost situations? Again, you have to identify, execute, and create. That's what it comes down to. That's what we're talking about this morning. You have to identify. 3 phases of identifying. Identify yourself. Identify where you are. Identify where you're going. When you're in the execution phase, you have to block out the opinions of others. Block out the doubt in your mind. And you have to execute and push on to get to the end. But the most awesome part about it is if there's absolutely nothing else that you can do, create your own lane, create your own exit strategy, create your own, just create a space for yourself to move how you were designed to move. That's the morning chat this morning. So y'all know we got to the part that my favorite part of everything is. Y'all already know this is my favorite part, and we're going to encourage somebody this morning. So this morning in the comments, that's what we're going to do. If you're in the comments and you're working, you're walking, or whatever the case, if you have a moment to type some encouragement into somebody, type some encouragement in the comments, because the encouragement that you give somebody today may be the only and best thing that they've heard today, this week, this month, or this year. The encouragement that you give somebody can literally stop them from committing suicide and let them know that they can push on to see what the end is going to be. So we got the timer up. We're going to roll it. 5-minute countdown, and we're going to start it now. Drop your encouragement in the comments. You know how we do it. We read it out. We cut up, act the fool over it because I think that is good. I just want you to do that. And Sarah, she was ready for it. Boy, Sarah be typing in that. The struggle you are in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. Come on, Sarah. Come on, Sarah. You know, that's what I want. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear today. I want it. The struggle you're in today is developing the strength you need for tomorrow. There it is. Come on, Mama Sharon. What you say this morning? Be the original you were created to be. There you go. See, I'm telling you. I'm really with it this morning. Like, be who you were created to be. God took his time to create and craft you perfectly how you were supposed to be. Why am I trying to be somebody else? You can't beat me being me. Come on, Mama Sharon. If you're going to do it this morning, what you got? I know. Come on, Sarah, with it. Sarah, hold on. Y'all already know. You always pass failure on the ways. Oh, here we go. You always pass failure on the way to success. That's what we're doing. I'm with it this morning. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. What you say, Rev? What you say, Rev? People have thrown you in the lion's den, not expecting you to answer the next day. Make sure you tell them, don't count me out. What you say, boy? What you Rev? Don't you start. I've been accused that shout track. Don't you start. Don't you start. There you go. Eric Lewis, what you say this morning? When the enemy says you can't remember, God can... Oh, you better talk your talk while you talk. I'm with it this morning, y'all. I'm really, really with it. I'm with it. That's what when the enemy says you can't remember, God can. And if God can, he lives on the inside of you. That means that you can do. I'm loving this, y'all. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. There we go. Come on, what you say? I mean, it's Kylan. What you say? Everything will work in your favor if you stay in God's plan for your life, and things will just work out fine. Let me throw something on it just to make sure that if y'all haven't heard what Miss Collins is saying, Romans 8:28. I believe that's what it is. And all things will work together. For the good of them that are be called according to. I'm not gonna start. I'm not. Winning doesn't always mean being first. Winning means you are doing better than you have done before. Come on, Sarah. Sarah. You better stop. There you go. Come on, Roxanne. Tell them again. New actions take new strength. A tenacity that you never ever exerted will cause you to do things you never done before. You got to be able to come on, Roxanne. Come with it. And hold on. He came in with a follow-up. God is your strength. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving this. I'm really loving this. Renee, what you say, man? Come on, what you say? What you say? Be a blessing to someone. God is faithful to all of us. There you go. See, I told y'all, bro. Listen. Oh, man. I'm with it this morning. I'm so with it this morning. I'm excited about this morning. I'm excited about it. Come on, y'all. We got 1:42 minutes left, and we got to get the. I want this encouragement out. Come on, Penny. What you say there? Just know that God had you in mind when he created you. There is no one who can be the beautiful you that you are. Have a full assurance of faith and know that you're more than a conqueror, and your destiny and your purpose is the red carpet only you can walk. Oh, Penny! Come on! Come on! You better drop some knowledge on the people. Boy, I'm loving this morning. Y'all, we got 1 minute left. Every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day. You better talk. Y'all better talk while y'all talking it. What you say, Shanique? What you say? New levels mean new devils. That's simple. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Come on. Pop, what you say, man? Stop following your GPS system and start following HS system, Holy Spirit. See, I knew that. That's old preacher lick right there. That would have made me hit the E flat real strong. Yes. What you say, Rev? Grace will preserve you until God decides to proclaim you. Wait a minute. Grace will preserve you until God decides to proclaim you. That sounds like God is going to make the announcement that you are who you are when it's your time. Rev, you better watch yourself. He even left on the script. Y'all need to go read that. Mark 5:25-31. Talk about it. Boy, you talking your good talk. I got to stop the clock right there because that one was just too good. Y'all rolling this morning. There we go, Sarah. What again? No one is perfect. That is why pencils have erasers. Come on, Sarah. Y'all come with it. And if just in case you didn't know, my bro Renee wanted to just let y'all know he's still mighty. Because the last time I checked, God is still on the throne and Jesus is alive and well. I just had to throw that one out there, y'all. I'm sorry. There it is. Miss Constance, what you say this morning from Illinois? Celebrate life. Simple. 2 words. Celebrate life. Celebrate life. Isn't that wonderful? Celebrate life. Life. Because some people didn't get a chance to live it again. Think about it. 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 Y'all, we got 9 seconds left. If anybody else has encouragement, y'all can drop it in the comments real quick. I'm going to let this last one in. And I did, come on, Marcy. Don't you start. You and Renee, y'all going to tag team it. And I mean mighty in battle. He's still mighty and mighty in battle. I don't have to fight because God already won the victory. Look at y'all coming through. I'm with it. I'm with it. Listen, there it is. I'm with it. There it is. Without your permission, nothing can stop you. Nothing. I had to leave y'all this last one. Y'all gonna encourage one another and build each other up, because a split lip can sink a ship. Oh, you talking to see? That's old school talk right there. That's old school talk right there. Come on, Miss Sandra. Thank you so much. Walk in love and help where help is needed. Because sometimes you are the only help that somebody might get. I'm with this. Renee, don't you start. I've been and brought you on to hit a lick for him real quick. Don't you start. There it is. God sees your end before you get there, so he already know where you're going. That's why I say, order my steps in your word, dear Lord. Lead me, guide me every day. Send your anointing, Father, I pray. Order my steps in your... Don't you start it. I feel something running up my left side. I might have to hurry up and get off here before I start screaming. Every experience may not be a good experience, but it's a learning one. Use what you got and let it flow. It's wisdom, knowledge, and clear understanding. Come on, y'all. I just want you to, not Sarah, you know, my bro Renee start for real. Turn that pain into a praise. Watch yourself, watch yourself, watch yourself, watch yourself. All right, y'all. Listen, it's the morning chat, y'all. It's the morning chat. And I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in this morning. I'm excited again about all of the encouragement that's in the comments. And if you don't have anything else to do, make sure that you go back throughout the day and you listen to some of this encouragement, man. And like read some of these encouragement statements. These are people that are taking their time to make sure that they encourage somebody today, because the encouragement you received today may be the absolute best thing that you've heard today. It may be the one thing that the best thing you've heard today, this week, this month, and even this year. It may be the one thing that stops you from jumping off the edge and pushing forward to your destiny. It's that guy, Jay Hen. Y'all know exactly where to find me each and every morning. When I come live, I told you, set your notifications. You might want to set your notifications on Facebook, set your notifications on Instagram. Set your notifications so you know when we are live and we have talk. We're just talking in the morning. It's just a chat. That's all it is. It's just a chat. It's just a chat. So again, it's that guy, Jay Hen. I thank you. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's set our week off. If y'all have not tuned in to a couple of things, like, let me go ahead and throw a couple of pieces out there. There is a podcast called the Thinking Outside Deep Box podcast. That's my bro D-Bots from Houston, Texas. Amazing podcast. It's some real spill. If you just need some comedy, you can always do it there. Like, y'all tune in the Sunday evening series with my sister Marcia Fisher, Minister Marcia Fisher. She's been doing some great things since the pandemic, and we got something coming up for y'all real soon, so be on the lookout for that. And other than that, y'all, we've been kicking and we've been rocking, we've been rolling for the pandemic, and we're gonna continue to kick it, rock it, and roll it, because that's what we do. It's that guy, Jay Hen, and I will see you all on the next live.